Let's talk Manchester United's game yesterday. We lose 3-0 to Bournemouth. The fourth team to come to Old Trafford and score 3 goals. Not good enough. Absolutely not good enough. So I was reading today, apparently there's been a mouse infestation at Old Trafford as well. Apparently they've had a couple of the bars or the restaurants or whatever you call them, they've been shut down because they found they had the inspectors, the hygiene inspectors, went in to do an inspection and they found mouse droppings. As if things couldn't get any worse for Old Trafford, they've now got an infestation of mice. Not something you would expect to be saying about a Premier League stadium, and for one of the Premier League stadiums was one of probably the best teams in the league. Unbelievable. But it just goes to show there's a lot of problems there at United, in Old Trafford in general, that need fixing. So let's talk about the performance yesterday. So absolutely unacceptable performance yesterday, really unacceptable. We shouldn't, but the fact that we've conceded 3 goals at home this season for the 4th time this season as well. We conceded 3 at home to Liverpool, 3 at home against Spurs, 3 at home against Nottingham Forest before the Manchester Derby game, the week before the Manchester Derby game, and 3 goals away at home against Bournemouth yesterday. Just completely and utterly unacceptable in every single possible way. United weren't good. The saddest thing about that game yesterday is that we did have chances to win that game, to score in that first half. We had a good few chances. If we'd have taken those chances that we had in the first half yesterday, we would have been at least 3-1 up at half time. But we didn't. But yet again, we didn't take the chances that we had to score. And this has been a problem with United in so many games this season. There's been so many games where we've had so many chances to score, but we've just not taken them. And it's frustrating because it feels like it's that question of why are we not taking these chances? When we're being given these chances, why are we not taking them? Why are the players not taking the chances they're being given? It's the 3 goals we got in that hub against Spurs, we were lucky to get those goals. That was a dreadful performance to lose 4-3 against Spurs. Obviously, we're out at Carabao Cup. I'm not confident about the FA Cup this season. We're away at Arsenal in the 3rd round, and that's going to be a very tough game to come away with a win there at the Emirates. Obviously, we've not been able to do that in the league this season yet, but who knows, maybe our fortunes will change in the new year. But I'm not confident though. The problem with United this season is that there is a lot of improvement needed. There is a lot of things that need to change sooner rather than later. But I don't know how likely they will be they are going to change. It is that they will change. It's just not good enough to see United playing the way they are playing. We know they can play good football. We know they can play better football. But we're just not seeing that at the moment. For example, Nizam Mazraoui. Now, Nizam Mazraoui is a player that I have highlighted quite a few times recently in my recent match day reviews. Because he's actually been putting in consistently good performances. But the last 2 games, he's been dog shit. He's not been playing the sort of football we expect, but the last 2 games, he's been bang average. He's not been the best player in the game. He's been shit. Well, been bang average. He's not been awful and he's not been good. He's just been bang average. There are so many, as I said the other day, there are a lot of players I'd like to see go. Mason Mount, obviously, he's too injury prone. Luke Shaw is too injury prone. Anthony is done. I think Rashford is done. I think there's a lot of fans out there who would probably be happy to never see Marcus Rashford in a Man United shirt again. And to be honest, I'm with those fans who don't want to see Marcus Rashford playing for United again. I think, he's made it clear that he's ready for a new challenge. Whether he'll leave in January or not, I don't know. But I think the general belief is that he will potentially be leaving United in January. But obviously, it's not known for definite if that will happen. But the general belief is that it will happen. But it's it's like who would go in for him, because I can't see teams like a Real Madrid or a Bayern Munich going in for him. I think PSG would be the most likely team that would go in for a player like Marcus Rashford. I mean, Barcelona wouldn't even want to sign him. I can't see him going to another Premier League team, because I don't think any other Premier League team would want to sign him. Although, I can't see him going to a team like a Chelsea or an Arsenal, like he just won't fit in their team. And I honestly don't think, teams like Chelsea and Arsenal would want to take Rashford anyway. It is a frustrating time at the moment, seeing how, United putting in these shit performances. To think about the fact that either side of the away win at in the Manchester derby, we've lost at home to Nottingham Forest and fucking Bournemouth in games where we conceded 3 goals. It's just not good enough. We suffered the same defeat that we did at home to Bournemouth last season. I was hoping that things were going to be very different yesterday, and things could have been different yesterday had we taken the chances that we had to score. As I said, we could have been fucking 3-1 up at half time. But we didn't take the chances that we had in the first half. We had plenty of chances to score. It's not like we can say that we didn't have many chances to score in that first half, because we did have plenty of chances to score in the first half against Bournemouth yesterday, but we just never took those chances that we had. And this has been a common theme for United this season. We have not been taking when we've been given chances to score, we've not taken those chances. And I don't know why. I don't understand why the players are not taking the chances when they're being presented with these chances. Why are they not taking them? What is going on there? Why are players not taking chances? It's just absolutely ridiculous. There's not a single United fan out there who would be happy with that performance or would be satisfied with that performance, because it was not a good enough performance. If we had actually played better yesterday, I would have said fair enough. We should have at least had 3 goals in that first half. We should have at least been 3-1 up at half time, and we could have been. And that's the most frustrating thing about that game, is knowing that we could have been at least 3-1 up at half time, but we didn't take the chances we were given. It is bullshit. We can't keep doing this. We can't keep not taking chances. It's absolute bollocks. Absolute bollocks. There's no good way to describe it. I was disgusted by that result yesterday. To lose 3-0 at home to Bournemouth a week after winning the Manchester derby. It's not good enough. I just don't know what to say. It's just frustrating knowing that we've beaten Man City, we've lost, and then we've gone on to lose to Tottenham in the cup away from home, and then we've lost to Bournemouth at home in the league. We've lost 3-0 at home in a game we should be winning. We shouldn't be losing at home to teams like fucking Bournemouth and Nottingham fucking Forest. We should be winning games like that. It's like, how are we losing games like that at home? Why are we losing to 3, why are we conceding 3 goals against teams like Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest at home? Obviously the defeat to Nottingham Forest was down to defensive errors. That is what cost us that game. The other thing about United this season is we've been crap on set pieces. We cannot defend set pieces for Toffee. That is what is causing us, to constantly be undone. Is our lack of, is our inability to defend set pieces. Because this is the thing, we do have that inability to defend set pieces. And it's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Something has to change. I think certain players need to go. The problem with Manchester United at the moment is there's just so much fucking dead weight in the team. This is what is causing the problems. There's just so much dead weight in the team. And that dead weight in the team needs to be gotten rid of. Because this is just unacceptable for Manchester United, completely and utterly unacceptable. We should not be losing games like this. We should be winning games like this. To lose 3-0 at home to Bournemouth, it's just it's unacceptable, and it's not good enough. Because we know we should be winning, and the thing is, we know we should be winning games like that. We should be winning. We should, we could have won that game yesterday. Had we taken the chances we were given. It's just frustrating to see United constantly being done over like this by teams that normally wouldn't be able to do things like that. The thing that you can see with Manchester United now is, years ago, Manchester United were one of the most feared teams in the Premier League. They were a team that a lot of teams feared. But these days, teams don't fear Manchester United like they did back in the day. When teams look at Man United now, they think, oh, that's an easy 3 points. But they never used to think that back in the day. But now any team, and there's not a single team that doesn't have a chance of going to Old Trafford and win. Because it feels like any team can do that. It feels like even the shittest of teams can actually go to Old Trafford and get a result. It's sad to think about, and it's just horrible to know that even the shittiest of teams had home to Old Trafford and get a result against us, which never used to happen back in the day. But it goes to show just how bad things have gotten for Manchester United when even the crap teams are coming away with decent results against us. To be honest, I wasn't confident about that game yesterday against Bournemouth, because Bournemouth under Iraola have been really, really good. They've already beaten 3 of the big 6 teams this season. They've beaten Tottenham, beaten Man City, and I think they've also beaten Arsenal this season as well. So, they're not a bad team, and they've got some decent players in their team. Obviously, one of them being Antoine Semenyo, who scored yesterday. Really good player, actually, Antoine Semenyo. I think he has been one of Bournemouth's better signings. I didn't know how good Bournemouth were going to be this season after they lost Dominic Solanke over the summer. I thought that would, have a huge impact on them, but it seems that they've not been too badly impacted by the departure of Dominic Solanke. But what a signing, though, by Tottenham. He's been really good. He has been one of those players that's been really good for Tottenham this season, I think. Obviously, I think a lot of Tottenham fans will be wondering what the fuck happened yesterday and how they managed to lose 6-3 to Liverpool 4 days after, 3 or 4 days after beating us 4-3 in the flipping Carabao Cup. It's just ridiculous. It's just mad, to think that, it's just crazy to think that either side of the game against Man City, we've lost to Nottingham Forest at home, beaten Man City away, and then lost to Bournemouth at home in the league. Like, what? That just shouldn't be happening. But the problem, as I said, the reason we fucked up so many times this season is because players are not taking chances. There's been days where we've had so many chances and we've just not taken them. And it's like, why? There's games where if we'd have taken the chances we had, the scores would have been very different yesterday. The scores would have been very different in those games. But again, no. We've not taken those chances, and that's why teams are walking away with the results they're walking away with. Because we're not taking the chances. It's ridiculous. Now, I'm not saying that things have gotten worse since Ruben Amorim took over. I know that things are going to take time. And I think, we all know that. I think we all know that things are going to take time for Ruben Amorim to really get United playing some kind of consistent football. This is one of the worst things about this season is we've been very inconsistent again. We were very much like that last season. We were very inconsistent when it came to results last season, and we've seen that again this season. We've been very inconsistent, and it is annoying. But if you want to see, this is what we want to see, is United playing consistently good football. But we need to bring in a few players before we're able to do that. I think we need a whole new line of defence. Mathis still isn't too bad. He has his moments. Uzem as well, as I said, the last 2 games has been basically ban average. Onana is like a fucking statue. Can't do anything for Toffee. Why did we ever sign him? Biggest mistake we ever made was getting rid of David De Gea and bringing him in. In fairness, Onana has been better this season than he was last season, but he's still not been brilliant. He's still not been solid. He has had his moments this season, but he's not been solid. And it's just unbelievable. To lose 3-0 against Bournemouth, just not good enough. Completely unacceptable. That's all I can really say. Really, it's just not good enough. Hopefully we see an improvement in the next game. I can't remember who we've got next. Who we've got on Boxing Day, I can't remember. But hopefully we'll win that game with any luck. Would have been nice to have an early win, have a nice. It would have been a nice Christmas present for United fans having a win yesterday, but nope. It's absolutely disgusting for United this season. Things need to improve. That's all I can say. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you for another one soon. Bye bye.